what the parish priest told me. He said, see, you are in this place to learn. You are going to learn from the people, the Christians, the parishioners. You are also going to learn from kunyumba kwatu kumetinkala kucha ku parish house. Not only from here, you also meet people that will be coming as visitors. There will be different characters and all. But let me tell you one thing, that you are learning to be a priest. You are being formed to be a priest. You are here to learn how to be a good priest, not just a priest, a good priest, and how not to be a bad priest. Those are the two things he told me: how to be a good priest and how not to be a bad priest, which still comes back to the same thing, that you are learning to be a good priest. So the people that cross your path, whether good or bad, still teach you something. I gave you an example of a thief. That thief is teaching you how not to be a thief yourself.
That was a joke, actually. How does hope help us navigate difficulties?
How does hope
yes help us navigate difficulties?
Well, first of all, we are pilgrims of hope. Yeah, we are on a journey of hope. You can't just exist in misery. You can't just be crying all the time. Sometimes you have to sit down and say, this difficulty that I'm facing, is it a springboard? Is it a springboard, or it is an obstacle? Yeah. Now, these two questions are important because they help you to ignite, like to bring the hope to life in you. So if you look at your difficulty situation as an obstacle, that in itself kills your hope. But if you change your attitude and say, okay, this is not an obstacle, but a springboard to somewhere else, that in itself gives you what? Gives you hope. So first of all, understand that you are a person of hope. You are a pilgrim of hope. You are on a pilgrimage of hope, a journey of hope. And on this pilgrimage, on this journey, you are facing different things, different experiences, terrible experiences and all that. But for you to continue on this pilgrimage, you need to look at whatever you are facing as something to help you to get to your destination. If you meet a difficult situation, look at it as something that would help you to get to where you're going. If you meet a good situation, a helpful situation, still look at that as something to help you to. But if you're going to meet a hardship and then you sit down and start crying, this is the end of the road for me. This is where everything comes to an end. Do you know what you're doing to yourself? You are putting a full stop to your life. You are saying, beyond this point, beyond this life, I can't exist, I can't live. But who says beyond this point you can't exist? God doesn't say it so. That doesn't say so. God still wants you to push yourself further. Cross that point, cross that obstacle. They say hope is the last thing to lose. It is true. Even it is just the last thread of hope. Hold on to it. Let that help you to get to the point of your destination, to that destination you are heading to. You are a pilgrim of hope. Muntu aliyense mkristu ka mwina suli mkristu, muntu aliyense ali paulendo opita kuti kuja kuchikondwerero. That point of hope, kuchikondwerero. Umena mbye mulungu anatikonzera chakudya cha bwino chotsekemera bwino. Koma paulendo huu pali zinthu zosiyana. Zinthu zina zititandiza kafika bwino kuja kuchikondwerero. Zinthu zina ayi. Koma ine ndikakumana ndi mavuto na kumana ndi zinthu zondivuta nzachita bwanji, ine maromoti nikale paja nyambe kulira amwina kuyamba kudandaulira mulungu kuti nanga mulungu wanga mwandisi iranji, nanga mulungu wanga nanga bwanji zinthu zotere za ndigwera. Maromoti nikale ni mdandaulire ine ndizapempera kuti mulungu wanga zandipeza koma ndizapitamu. Achewa amati ati zivute zitani, zivute ifya para kwevi, zivute ati uchi zatenga, something like this. Yes. zivute zitani mpaka nikafike kuja kumene. So the hardships that you face, the difficulties that you face are not a full stop, are not an obstacle. There's springboard. Ndi chokutandiza chabe kufika kuja. You see, when you start a journey and you think nothing is going to go wrong, you are cheating yourself. When you start paja pamene munyamuka chabe paja, you think ulendo uzakhala bwino. Of course your hope is that ulendo uzakhala bwino, but if you have to be real to reality, you have to be real and honest to yourself. You know that at some point you're going to meet something that is going to stop you, something that is going to say imbekeza first, you need to sit down and sort out this. So we are talking about personal growth, openness to life. So as you start your journey of hope, be open-minded. Be open to the fact that this journey might also go wrong. Yeah. When you are open-minded in that manner, what you are doing to yourself is that you are already giving yourself hope of reaching your destination, regardless of what is going to happen in between. Kuli bantu amene anyamuka chabe thinking ulendo uzakhala bwino. I can give you a practical example of one who is starting a business. You see, you get some money, maybe that is the only money that you have. Then you say, this money I'm going to invest in this particular business. Nikasta invest in ndalama zintu zandi ndiendera bwino. Moyo wanga uzakhala bwino. Now, you start your journey with the mind that tells you that everything is going to be okay. Do you know what is going to happen to you should the opposite happen? Let's say your money just goes down. People get depressed. People commit suicide because what they hoped is not what they have gotten. Because they started that journey with just one orientation of mind. But be open. You know that when you are starting a journey, when you are starting a business, when you are starting whatever you are starting, you are also you're risking. You know that when you start a business of Gulisa Vitumbua, there's no 100% guarantee that business is going to succeed. Your prayer is that the business succeeds. But the guarantee is not 100% because something might go wrong, the business might go down. Maybe in maybe shopping up here, God forbid. But there are things that happen. And if you started your business with just one mind, when something like that happens, what happens to you? You get depressed. And you even
lose focus.
Lose focus. You are talking of focus. You commit suicide. Or you attempt suicide and things like that. So, for you to have an integral growth, you have to be open to all facets of life. That life can also give me lemons. In as much as it can also give me oranges. Start with that frame of mind. Then you know that should something wrong happen along the way, you were already prepared. And that is not going to be enough even to crush you. You just tell yourself, okay, something bad has happened. I never hoped that this could happen, but zachitika. So from here, what do I do? Then you begin to build yourself again. You begin to bring together all the broken pieces. Then after you are mended, after you have mended yourself, you continue with the journey. Because you were prepared. As you just started that journey, unalokonzekera puno you knew kuti mwina mwake pakati panjira paja zintu mvula ingagwe zintu zingaende munjira ina. So when you reach that point, unalokonzekera puno bwino, so it will not crush you. It will just be like additional strength for you to push yourself up to your destination.
Okay, Father, going forward, what role does gratitude play in openness to life?
Gratitude.
Yes.
First of all, appreciate life as a gift that God has given you. Kulibe muntu amene anazipanga, kulibe muntu amene anazibweresa paziko la pansi pano. Ngakale ineyo Father sinazibwerese paziko la pansi pano. Kulibe muntu amene anazipanga yeka. We were all created by God. We never even applied. Did you apply yourself to come on air? You didn't.
No, I didn't even know that I even exist in this life.
See? But God saw it fitting that grace should be born. God saw it fitting that grace should come on earth and be given this particular purpose to fulfill. So, Life is a gift that God has given each one of us. Some are like he gave them this life on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're not talking about Valentine's
No, we're
Day.
not.
Exactly. We're talking about hope.
Hope and love
Exactly.
and life.
And gratitude.
Yes.
Yeah. So appreciate life as a gift that God has given you. I've come across people that don't appreciate life at all. They look at themselves and what they see is just this person who doesn't have much to offer.
Mm-hmm.
They shoot themselves down even before others do. They condemn themselves even before the Sanhedrins or the courts do.
Mm-hmm.
They just tell themselves, you know what, you have tried, but you don't have much to offer.
Mm-hmm.
You can as well just make an exit from this life. Yeah. Some people even wish they were not born.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are so many things that cause people to think in that manner, and we are not saying people who think like that are bad or they don't understand life, and we're not condemning them. There are so many things that can make somebody to go that way. But regardless of where one finds themselves, it is important to always appreciate life as a gift from God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are talking about gratitude. Remember when Jesus heals the 10 lepers, there's one that comes back to kneel before him and say, "Thank you." That is a grateful person. So these people were going through a very difficult time. They had this disease, and maybe they were even ostracized from the community. They were thrown out of the community. But this person, in as much as he is also overwhelmed by the fact that he is healed, he remembers where he's coming from. He remembers what he was before. Those other 9 have forgotten about where they're coming from. The same way that people get rich and they forget their old or their childhood friends. Yeah, because they're not
their class anymore.
They are not at the same level
Yeah.
anymore. They have moved. Yeah. They forget about the streets of their compound. They forget about who was their neighbor. Yeah, that one. You know, your face looks familiar. Where did we meet? Come on, man. We were neighbors. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So this person that comes back to Jesus remembers where he's coming from. He remembers that he was a leper before. He remembers that he was in that bad state before. He comes back with a heart of gratitude to say, "Thank you." And that should be also our attitude, all of us. That when we walk through life and we meet certain things, that okay, let's say things begin to go right after having gone through a difficult situation, we should never forget where we're coming from, because we cannot be where we are without having gone through that fire, without having gone through that purification. We cannot experience this renewed life. It is not easy to live with somebody who's not grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not.
Can you live with somebody who's not grateful?
Yeah.
It
can only be by God's grace.
By God's grace.
Yeah, because
it's not easy,
it's
because
not easy.
Sometimes people take things for granted. You know, I can give you an example of in a family situation. It is the duty of the mother to make sure that the food is cooked. You know, we're talking about an ideal family. Amai wapika chakuja. Every morning she wakes up, she has to think, lelo nizapika chani. Is there food to cook even? What do I do? So yeah, Batate every morning is going to wake up and say, okay, today I'm going for work. What am I going to accomplish there? What am I going to do at work? What will I bring back home? We need bills to pay. Where do I get all this money? Just to crack his head. Sometimes, of course, those are roles that members of the family have. The children also have their role in their family. But sometimes we take things for granted, that since it is your duty to cook, I will not say thank you because you have cooked. Since it is your duty to bring money to pay bills, I will not say thank you, you have brought the money. I mean, it is your duty. It is the duty of my parents to take me to school. So why should I go to them and say, thank you, Dad, for paying school fees. Thank you for buying that textbook for me. I mean, it is their duty. It is their duty to. So we take things for granted like that. But we forget that, a word of gratitude is very powerful. It's very powerful. If you have a wife at home, bapika chakudya, bapika bwino, wamvera bwino kuti apa make apa chaya apa. Inondo wachika kutunankani naye. When you just say thank you, do you know what that does to her? Tomorrow she's going to do even more. Because that word is so powerful that when we use it so often with one another, towards one another, we encourage one another to do even more. If you are a child and your father pays school fees for you, you say, Dad, thank you for paying school fees. Your dad knows that you are grateful. Tomorrow, you will not just pay school fees. He's also going to give you pocket money. He's also going to ask you, what else do you need? Because he knows that he's raising a grateful child. Yeah. So this word, okay, we are talking about it in terms of our human relationships, even to God. Sometimes we take things for granted. Kai mulungu nchito yake yoni usha kusema. So we don't even bother to say thank you. But it's important to always turn to God also and say, God, I know things sometimes are not okay with me, but I'm grateful that at least I'm breathing.
Okay, our dear listeners and viewers, if you are just tuning in, we are on the program Pilgrims of Hope, a program that is here to help us understand the Bull of Indiction by our Holy Fathers. Today, we are discussing celebrating life and its challenges, openness to life in hope. Hope you are here so that you can learn and teach your friends at home. Okay, Father, on that note, why is it important to find joy in our everyday moments?
Well, because nobody wants to live a miserable life, I think. Do you want to live a miserable life? Wauka kuseni. Mama muja wauka kuja. Wambira tu kudandaula. Suna tuluke na mnyumba wamba kudandaula. When somebody was telling me, say, sometimes the first thing that you do when you wake up, you just sit on your bed, you shake your head, you're just like, yeah, it's like you're telling yourself, wow, hey, another day of endurance. Try to be joyful. Sometimes just suspend all these things that trouble you, and try to cultivate some spirit of joy. So, what are we talking about here? We're talking about positive living. Yeah. Carry a head above your shoulders of positivity. Go right out and meet people with positivity. Be positive. Yes, there's this dark side, but be positive about everything. Be positive about life. Be positive about yourself. Kuti mulungu wanga ngakale kuti lero zandigweranso zabweranso zondi koma nizindikira ndiziwa kuti izonse ndizopita. Nothing is enough to make me lose myself, to crush me. Be positive about life. Go and talk to people about positivity. Use even your own experiences in order to radiate positivity to other people. Don't go there and sometimes you meet people that complain about the things they go through. They complain in such a manner that you begin to feel you are also part of whatever they're going through. They will complain until you cry with them. They'll complain until you also complain with them. But you see, we can complain about the things that we go through. But we can also complain about these things in a positive manner. Yeah. You can give your own experience. Was it last on a program, My Catholic Faith, we're talking about Hosea. You see, Hosea had a wife. He was living with an unfaithful wife. But he used his experience, his marital experience, in order to talk about the covenant that Israel had with God, or has with God. So he used his own experience to teach. In other words, he didn't just complain about, hey, my wife is unfaithful, or sometimes my husband is unfaithful. You don't just complain until everybody's just complaining with you. Use your experience sometimes too. I love people that come on TV, go to the media, that go to a podcast to talk about their life in order to inspire other people. I've watched a lot of such special podcasts. On Lumen TV, actually, we have a program like that, I Met God, where people come there to talk about their experiences. Some of them very, very terrible experiences. But they come there to inspire you, to inspire me, to say, yes, I went through this, but this is how I managed to come out. So you can also come out of whatever you're going through. That story, and that is a story of hope that everybody has to carry in their hands. And last week or 2 weeks ago, we attended a meeting in Rome. By the grace of God, I flew to Rome. So it was a jubilee of communications. Okay, by the grace of God, I was part of that conference. Something touched me. There was a time when we were talking about storytelling. The media, Catholic media, is using storytelling as a platform of evangelization. And one of the speakers talked about, he said, you as a person have a story. Everybody has a story. And this story that you have, that everybody else has, is a story of inspiration. You have a story of hope that you can tell to the world in order for the world to be inspired. So no one should say, me, I don't have anything to say. Everybody has something to say, because we all have stories in our bag to tell. So, and these are stories of hope. Maybe you started a business and it went down. How can you use that story in order to inspire somebody who's trying to start a business? It could be a similar business or something different. Maybe you went through the difficult path of divorce, How can you use that story in order to inspire a young couple? How can you talk about that story of separation, that story of divorce, in order to help this couple, the young couple, not to divorce, not to separate? So, you can use your terrible situation, your terrible story, in order to inspire somebody in a positive manner. But sometimes you find somebody that will just talk about their failed business in a way that doesn't inspire you to start a business yourself.
It actually doesn't encourage you, or it makes you lose, you start asking yourself, why am I even doing this?
Yeah.
This one has failed. Can I even
manage? You want to start this business? With you.
You want to get married? Marriage in Shipikisha Club. Are you going to manage?
Also,
yes, like that.
People will discourage you because they had a terrible experience with that themselves. But we can use those stories to inspire other people, to change the narrative about marriage, about business, about relationships, about friendships, about me. I'm a friend. Me, I just care about myself. I just live alone. I lock myself up in the whatever. You have a friend. Oh, okay. Wait. No. Use your story, bad as it can be, to inspire somebody. So be positive about life and radiate positivity to other people.
Okay, Father, how does resilience help open life's possibilities?
Life has a lot of possibilities, actually. It has a lot of opportunities. Yeah. But what helps us to get hold of those possibilities that life gives is our spirit, like using your term, our spirit of resilience, our spirit of, or our capability to withstand difficult situations. Sometimes when you meet an obstacle, when you meet a difficult situation, it might appear to you like an obstacle. And if you take it as an obstacle, then you close yourself to, getting hold of the possibilities that life holds. Let's say we're talking about business, entrepreneurship, because I know that a lot of young people have gone into entrepreneurship. When you start a business as a young person, there is no 100% guarantee that your business is going to succeed. Quite all right, but shouldn't you still start business? Start business. That should something go wrong along the way, business ya kana kuti yende bwino. The possibilities that lie beyond that business for you, or waiting for you to get hold of those possibilities would depend on how you view this calamity that you are faced now. So if this calamity for you is an obstacle, then you tell yourself, I'll never start business again. Not any business. I've lost money in this business. I'll never do business again. When you tell yourself, I'll never do business again, the many other business opportunities that lie ahead, waiting for you, it means that you never reach them, because you have closed the door. So look at a situation, a terrible situation, as an opportunity or as a springboard for you to get to many other opportunities that life has to offer. God has given us life as a gift with everything that is in it. Okay? Now it is up to us to walk this path, sometimes a difficult path, for us to get hold of those opportunities that God has given us through life. Ntawi zina ulendo uyamba bwino koma sizikwanisika kuti ufike kuja kosiriza kwake, chifukwa chakuti pakati pake hapa zinthu zina zichitika zokuchita bwanji zokazikisa pansi, zinthu zokulirisa, zinthu zimene sizikutandiza bwino kuti ufike bwino kuja kusogolo kwake, kuja kosiriza kwake. Koma we need to understand that life as a journey is meant to be like that, but we have to walk this journey regardless of what happens. We have to walk this journey until we get to where God wants us to reach. What helps you to reach that destination is the spirit of resilience, to withstand the pressure. Osati kangono chabe wamba kulira, kangono chabe wamba kulira. No. You can cry if it hurts, fine, but that is not a full stop. That is not the end of the road. Be resilient, be strong, stand firm. Tell yourself, zivute zitani inenzafika kumene nilupita kuchi. Tell yourself those words, encourage yourself, push yourself, be resilient, persevere. You know, when you reach that point of your destination, you forget even the hardships that you went through, because you never allowed any of those experiences to crush you or to stop you on that journey. So yes, life has a lot of possibilities and opportunities out there. But for you to be able to reach those, you have to be resilient. And when we talk about resilience, we're talking about also hardships. We're talking about suffering. How well are you able to stand? How strong are you able to stand against the things that you face along the way? Because definitely, as you head towards those opportunities that life has to offer, you will have to face some of the hardships along the way.
Okay. Father, as we are concluding, what simple practices can one make in order to cultivate hope daily?
Read the Bible. When Bible ina dust. Kusagula Bible muntu yamo kosomola mu. Kosomola. Nichani mwadwala chimfine. Murumu muno kaya. No. The dust is coming from the Bible. You never open that. So read the Bible. Belengani mawa mulungu. That is the starting point. That book is a manual for your life. If you want to talk about hope, read the Bible. Everything is there. Even the book of induction that the Pope has written, he has given us a lot of scriptural references, because it is based on what is in the Bible. Catholic theology is based on what is in the Bible. So read the Bible. At least even just one verse before you sleep. When you wake up, read some inspirational No, we are still talking about the Bible. Inspirational text from the Bible.
The Bible.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That is your manual. Then moving from there, don't distance yourself from people. Don't isolate yourself, because when you isolate yourself, you are distancing yourself from support. You know, in as much as the community can contribute to your downfall, the same community can also help you to rise. So